Welcome to the video. Let's learn round robin scheduling, that is RR scheduling. This algorithm is used for time sharing system. The process time is divided into time slice or time quantum. It is kind of preemptive first come first serve CPU scheduling algorithm where each process in the ready state gets the CPU for a fixed time in a cyclic way, that is turn by turn. Now let's solve this problem. Consider the following set of processes with time quantum equal to 3 ms 3 milliseconds. Calculate average turnaround time and average waiting time with the chart. So given processes are P1 to P4 with arrival time 1, 0, 3, 2, burst time 5, 7, 3 and 10. In the solution, to start with, we'll write in the solution, firstly we'll write down the criteria to the right side. Criteria is the time quantum or TQ. Mode is preemptive. That means here we'll perform switching. Preemptive means switching of one process with the other process. Now let's start to draw the Gantt chart. Along with the chart, we'll also have a ready queue where all the process will be in the queue. Let's begin. And firstly, when you start to draw the chart, first we'll focus on the arrival time. Which process arrives the first? Here P2 process arrives first with burst time 7. As process starts from 0, so P2 will be the first process to come in. As round robin criteria is time quantum, given time is 3 ms, so it will process till 3 seconds. That is 7 minus 3 is 4. It will process for 3 seconds and remaining time will be 4 left for the P2. As you can see, first arrived P2 process with burst time 7, but time quantum given is 3 ms. That means each process, that is from process P1 to P4, will process up to 3 seconds and after that switch will be performed. So now P2 has arrived with 0 time and it will perform till 3 seconds, that is 7 minus 3 is 4, that means 4 is left. We'll write 4 over here and P2 will process till 3 ms. So here P2 will process from 0 to 3 and in the ready queue first was P2 as its arrival time was 0. After 3 seconds, all the remaining process arrived. P1 at 1, P3 at 3 and P4 at 2. That means till 3 seconds remaining 3 process arrived. So we'll write them in the ready queue. First comes the P1, after that is P4, after that is P3. So P2 was first and P2 was first and P2 completed its processing till 3 seconds as it is given that time quantum is 3. So the completed process will cut off the completed process. Now next, after P1 is in the ready queue. Let's write down the P1 with burst time 5. Burst time is 5, but time quantum is 3 ms. That means it will process up to 3 only, and remaining time will write down here. That is 5 minus 3 is 2. So it will process up to 3 seconds. So we'll minus 3 from 5, remaining time will write down here 2. And how much time it process will write down here 3. 3 plus 3 is 6, will write down here, and will cut off from here, and remaining time is 2. That means it needs still 2 seconds are left, so we'll write down in the queue. It will come again in the queue. So the round robin says it is a time sharing system, and each process is divided into time slice or time quantum, and it is given, for example, in this example time quantum is given 3 ms. Therefore for each process it will process only for 3 seconds, and rest of the time will be left and will write down over here. That means we'll minus the time from the burst time, that is 5 minus. Now next, after P3 in the ready queue is P2. In the ready queue is the P2 with the burst time 4. It will process up to 3 seconds. So 4 minus 3 is 1. So we'll write down here P2. 12 plus 3 is 15. We'll add 3 here, and we'll cut off P2, and still 1 burst time is left. So write down P2 over here. Next is P1 with burst time 2. So it will become 0, and we'll write down a P1. 15 plus 2 is 17. Next, so here P1 process is completed fully and P3 is completed fully. Remaining is P2 and P4. Next in the ready queue is P4 with burst time 7. That is 3 minus 7. There it will be 4. We'll write down here P4. 17 plus 3 is 20. So here again 4 burst time is remaining, so we'll write down in the ready queue P4. Next up we have P2 with burst time 1, so it will become now 0. P2 will be 20 plus 1 is 21. Next is P4. P4 with burst time 4. Now this will become 4 minus 3, 1. So we'll write down 21 plus 3 is 24, and 1 is still left. We'll write down P4 in the ready queue. And lastly is P4 left in the ready queue with burst time 1, and we'll write down P4. 24 plus 1 is 25. So this is the final chart of the round robin process. So this is little bit tricky. Watch the video again if you don't understand. Remember the time quantum 3 ms, and it is preemptive. That means you have to perform switch in between. Here we use ready queue, where we write down all the process in the queue so that we can execute them properly. Now next is to find the completion time. We have written process, burst time, arrival time, and completion time. To find the completion time, look at the chart, Gantt chart. So for completion time, we have to find out it from the back side, from the right side. For P4 it is 25, P2 21. So 25, P2 21, P1 17, and P3 is 12. Write down all this burst time in the chart. Write down all this completion time in the chart. As you can see, I have written all the completion time of all the process in this chart. Now let's find turnaround time. Formula is completion time minus arrival time. I have already given formulas in my 3 previous videos. If you don't know, learn out the formulas. So completion time is 17. Focus on the column completion time and arrival time. So here we'll get the value 17 minus 1 is 16, 21 minus 0 is 21, 12 minus 3 9, 25 minus 2 is 23. These are the values of turnaround time. Now for waiting time, focus on the turnaround time values and burst time, these values. So let's start. 16 minus 5 will give you 11. 21 minus 7, 14. Next 9 minus 3 is 6. And last 23 minus 10, that will give you 13. These are the values of waiting time for this processes. So final average time, average turnaround time, will add the values 16 plus 21 plus 9 plus 23 divided by 4. Addition of these 4 values is 69 divided by 4, and division of this is 17.25. Next, to find the average waiting time, we'll add all these values. 11 plus 14 plus 6 plus 13 divided by 4. So addition of this is 44 divided by number of process, and final answer will be 11. So this is the average time, that is turnaround and waiting time. That's all for this video. If you don't understand anything, watch the video again and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you for watching.